Christmas night.
While Grayson was sleeping, Santa was in his workshop just waking up.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Santa, you need to start packing your presents in the red bag and get your elves ready.
While Santa was in his workshop, Mrs. Claus was getting his sleigh and Rudolph ready.
I'm so excited for tonight.
After the sleigh and gifts were ready, Santa was off, Grayson's house being one of the last stops. Before Grayson and his mom wake up, Santa is quickly putting the presents under the Christmas tree.
Those cookies look delicious. Tasty, original gingerbread, my favorite.
Yum, fresh carrots.
Mom, wake up! Wake up! It's Christmas!
I'm awake, Grayson, I'm awake. Let's go downstairs and open presents.
I hope I get the presents I wanted.
If you don't get the presents you wanted, don't be mad.
I'll try.
When Mom and Grayson went downstairs, Grayson began to open his presents. He saw that he got nothing but coal.
Where's my toy? You! I'm so mad at you!
As soon as Grayson got a hold of Santa's bag, he ran to his bedroom to see what was inside.
Grayson, get back here. No!
It's okay. Those were extra presents anyways. I was just about to get Rudolph and head back to the North Pole.
When Santa got to the North Pole, he told Mrs. Claus about the craziest night he had ever had.
Maybe next year will be better.
The next year was way better than the one before. Grayson got the presents he wanted.
Then
Thank you for your time and attention.
You're welcome.
Do you guys have any questions?
I have a quick question. That last showcase, what was that called again? Readers Theater? Okay. It was very nicely done. Board members, have any questions for this group?
This presentation was put together by fourth graders. I brought them into my office last week and started discussing our presentation, and they took it over. They created everything, organized it. We practiced a little bit tonight, but they are dedicated and they wanted to do this for the fourth time.
Well, it was certainly wonderful, and I want to congratulate you all, not only in your talent, but also I was impressed by the other showcases that you did. Of course, we didn't do so well on the quiz.
Hi, quiz.
Your quiz. The poetry clips were wonderful, and the robotics. What was so impressive about that, I thought, was not only are you learning about it, but you're also teaching it. And so you taught us in the showcase that you did this evening. So thank you very much for that. Any other questions, board members?
Santa Claus, here's my Christmas list. Don't forget me, okay? I don't want to get close.
Okay, well, what we're going to do first is the picture, and then we'll shake their hand.
Up here for you as part of the presentation.
We have a photographer out there, guys, so you want to look that direction, take a couple
You
of
got
steps
those.
forward.
We get right behind you guys. Come out here in the middle. Come on out here in the middle. Grab it. We want the superintendent in the picture.
All
Get
right,
us.
ready?
Can you get us?
Right here, I can. 1, 2, 3. Excellent.
All
Got it.
right.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys did a great job. Good job. Those are tough questions, too. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for the question.
Great job. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you.
Presentation. Can you introduce yourself? Hey, Santa.
There's my right here. Yeah, under you.
Could I ask, as they're feeding it or filing it, could I ask who are the parents from Victor and Alice that are here this evening? Would you stand up briefly? Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. And as they're filing out, I think we're ready for the next agenda item, which will be recognition of the Garden City High School robotics team.
Okay, guys, come on up. While they're coming on up here, I'll just briefly introduce things. This recognition and celebration is really the culmination of several years of hard work for this program. Buff Robotics started 5 years ago? 6 years ago as an after-school club that Mr. Dubinsky had the idea to put together along with a couple of other teachers, and then it evolved from a popular club to a class at the high school, which then led to the full Buff Robotics team competing in different events in Kansas, especially the best robotics competition. And the last few years, this team has been trying to get over the hump from our state competition in Wichita to try to qualify for the highest level of competition, which is the regional competition. And this year it was held in Arkansas, and it was a fun event on that Saturday in Wichita. It was a great time, and they finally did it. They got over the hump, and so we're able to compete at the highest level this year. And I'll let Mr. Dubinsky get into the details, but this is a great accomplishment. This has been something we've been building for, and I know has been an objective that he's been trying to accomplish for several years. Just want to say that we really appreciate the support of Dr. Carlin and his team in getting the robotics team to Arkansas. It takes a big effort to get the whole crew and everybody to Arkansas for several nights. So we appreciate that. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Dubinsky to fill you in on the details.
Thanks guys for having us. This was an awesome experience. Back in October I thought we were going to be done and have all this planning time, and so we went another couple months, but this was an awesome experience. We ended up getting, in Wichita, we ended up getting first place in the marketing competition, and there's our award for that. And we ended up getting, so there's 5 areas in this competition. There's exhibit and marketing and robot and spirit and notebook. And we ended up getting 2nd overall, so all the scores added together. And what's really impressive about it is this is private schools and public schools. And this is a competition that really private schools do really well in, and it was really nice to kind of go in there and say, hey, we belong, and these kids worked super hard at it. So I'm just really proud of them, and I guess just from the beginning of the year to now, everything they've learned, and having like 7th graders working together with seniors and like sharing ideas, and like the VO kids were talking about, it's kind of the same idea, just at the next level, like working together, teamwork and problem solving. Yeah, this was an awesome experience. So if you guys want to learn more about like what this competition was all about, I can have one of the kids kind of answer what the objectives were and what the theme was. So since Arrow's right next to me, maybe she can fill you in on exactly what we built and what it had to do.
Exactly what we built? I got pictures. No, I don't. My friend's over there.
Maybe you can like explain just the objectives and what the theme was.
Okay, so the theme was current events. So we had to get trash out of gyres that were in the middle of the ocean. And we had to build a robot that could go up and down a 2x4 beam that was like kind of slanted. And it had to be able to reach out into the gyres, which were hula hoops with trash in them, and get the trash out and into some boxes and photo tubes, and then get those boxes onto reef blocks. And we couldn't get it to get onto the reef blocks, but we got a bunch of trash in the Arkansas competition, and I got a turtle. I had to say that. I'm the only one of us that got a turtle. Yeah, I did get a turtle. Here, hold this. Do you have a picture of the actual robot with you?
Every year it's based on a real world problem, the competition theme. So this year it's plastic ends up in the ocean, so how do we deal with plastic in the ocean? So we build a robot that simulates what cleaning the ocean would be like, and then we market that robot and we put together a table display for that robot. So it's like this whole package where we focus on that one theme.
And then you have a notebook apparently too.
Oh yeah, we have a notebook as well, and that's all of our documentation in terms of how we brainstormed the robot, how we built it, strategies we used for the game, so that all goes in there. And this was, I mean, like Mr. Normie said, this was our 6th year doing it, and this was by far the best notebook we ever put together. And that's our freshmen actually, Vivian and Jalen, and a lot of them helped out, but they kind of led the project, and it was an amazing notebook that actually got us into the wild card round for the Wichita competition, so it was awesome. And Jalen was actually in our robotics camp like 3 years ago as a 6th grader, so finally like we're seeing all these kids coming up, and like we're seeing them doing high school robotics, so really cool. If you guys want to see the robot, you can show the picture.
There's so many things, it seems like, about your program that are so good for, as far as not only imparting curriculum, but all of those life skills of teamwork, problem solving, brainstorming. I think it's wonderful.
We could only do it with a cartoon.
Looks like something I would make, but except mine doesn't work.
Mr. Dubinsky, how many schools competed in Wichita for you to earn your spot? You were 2nd out of...
There was 27 in Wichita.
2nd out of 27.
We got 2nd place out of 27. And the team that we got 24th out of 30 in the robot in Arkansas, which it was an awesome learning experience. But the team that actually ended up winning in Arkansas was the runner-up to us in Wichita. So, you know, go figure. It was a private school from Wichita. So.
So what's the most exciting part of the competition?
The new experiences you get, getting to visit other schools and get to go see real world problems and getting to research information on events that are actually going on in our world that you probably don't pay attention to. That's what I think is more fun.
Can you tell me some of the technical or scientific things you learned when you construct I don't know anything about robots, so help me understand when you have to put them together, what kind of problems do you have?
We have to figure out how to use new programming languages, and there are some things that we incorporate into the robot that require us to learn advanced math sometimes. There's a lot of thinking involved.
So it's not just a matter of assembly of parts, it's also the programming that controls it?
Yep.
And you have to rewrite that programming each time you put a robot together? Or you have to adapt programming?
A bit of both.
And so all of you know some basic programming, computer programming?
I don't think I can speak for the entire team.
Mechanical assembly. You have to learn about, I would assume, gears, or what do you learn when you are assembling them?
Mariah, that's you.
So we learned how to like connect. Sorry, I'm just not very good at talking in front of people. We learned how to connect things together using different tools. See what I learned different mechanisms and ways to solve problems. Like we have, well, for example, our arm can be too heavy at times, so we have to do a counterweight to balance it out, so our robot can be balanced and right on the current. Let's see, we just also learn how to use tools.
So you learn about circuits then?
Circuits?
You learn about circuits too?
Electrical circuits? No. Well, I mean...
Well, these things are powered somehow. I don't know, I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, we learned how to connect servos and motors. And
servos?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of mechanical and a lot of tools, and sorry, I'm going to brag on Mariah for a second, but when she's a senior and when she came in, she could barely hold a drill straight. And then by the end of this competition, we're like, hey, we need this part. And she's like, I'm on it, and she runs off, and she knows exactly which machinery to use and how to manufacture it. So, I mean, she's grown so much, and also she was accepted in WSU and K-State, and is interested in doing electrical engineering, so she's come a long way.
So it sounds like you each take a part or have a part and role. Can you tell us what your groups were, like who did what for the competition?
Can building team step forward?
My buddies.
All right. Can programming team step forward? And building team step back if we're not in programming?
You
go. Can notebook step forward? Okay. Awesome. Can marketing step forward?
Yeah, you go, guys.
Can exhibit step forward?
You go.
Oh, yes.
So there's the team.
There's the team. And in marketing, we placed first in Wichita, and we had 3 freshmen on the marketing team and only 2 seniors. And when we went to regionals, 80% of the team in marketing was freshmen. So they've really grown, and they've done an amazing job.
And another really good point of interest is at Wichita, they learned a lot about how the robot was functioning, and they had a lot of mechanical problems at Wichita. They redesigned the whole robot in 5.5 weeks to get to regionals because they had lots of things that they wanted to fix. So they learned not only do we have one design, then we figure out, okay, this didn't go well, then they figured out what are we going to do about it. And so they did a lot of good problem solving in the last few weeks here to get a better robot.
Should all the drivers step forward too?
Yeah, there, Grant.
Come on, Grant.
Yeah.
And how do you select who does what?
We take turns.
For everything, like how?
It's on base of interest, so if you would like to learn more about programming, you can join our programming team. If you want to learn more about presenting skills and learning how to sell stuff to people, you can do marketing or exhibit. Or if you want to learn how to write, that'd be notebook. It's just basic interest on what you want to be into.
My philosophy is you can try whatever you want. If you want to try a little bit of marketing and go to exhibit, build a little bit. Like I encourage them to go like in multiple groups so they don't have to be stuck with just marketing. That's what it's all about, is like trying new things and learning new skills out of that. And that's kind of what I try to encourage these guys, and it's driven by them. So who chooses drivers? Well, they do, like decide on a system on how to choose drivers and decide who's going to drive. So it's really all them driven, and I just help facilitate and develop kind of their abilities and leadership skills.
And a good example of that is Jalen and Vivian. They were on the notebook team, but then they were also on the marketing team, and every now and then we would steal them to help with exhibit. And the notebook got over an 80%, even though it was freshmen doing it, which means that their writing was top-notch, their design was top-notch. And Mitzi, she joined in and basically stole a bunch of stuff from exhibit and helped out all the way. And Jose was the CEO, and he was all over the place. I don't know how many jobs he was doing by the end. And Maria, she ruled. Yeah.
Seems like there was an element of pressure here too to perform.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that the competition was in Coke Arena, and for the 2 minutes that we're competing, it's as active and loud as a basketball game that I've been in there. 4 schools at a time competing.
Yes.
What's that?
4 schools at a time competing, and yeah, it's
better than
hectic
basketball.
and it's loud and it's every bit as exciting as any other competition, because it's a competition.
Anyone remember the point values for each of the different 5 sections? No?
We got when we went to Arkansas, we got a 97 in exhibit, and before that, we got an 80, I think.
I think so.
And we did a percentage of 80 in Wichita, and by the time we went to Arkansas, we got a 97. We did improve a lot, which is quite unheard of, at least in exhibit. So.
And I take it you've got now a trophy case that you marked out to.
Yeah, first 2. We're making space for next year.
Can you raise your hands and show me how many of you participated in robotics before you got into high school?
I'm going to high school. I haven't gone to the city, but.
So less than half.
You two are middle schoolers.
Yeah, we're middle school.
Or you're middle schoolers. So
So I
less than half of you. And those of you who participated or started off in high school, what made you join the robotics club?
For me, it was personally 1, 2, 3 people who, and a lot more, but couldn't make it for either they couldn't get a ride or things like that. That they all said, "This is fun, let's do it." And Vivian wasn't complaining as much, and let's just say that's pretty hard to do.
Mr. Dabrowski, this is part of your team, you have how many total?
We had 21 that went to Arkansas, 27 total that were part of us throughout the 3 months that we did it.
And what kind of time commitment is involved for them to be part of it?
So I expected them to be there on Tuesdays through Fridays, and we also did a couple Saturdays during the Wichita portion of the competition. And then we set aside Mondays as like academic days where they can make sure they're caught up on their schoolwork. So it's
After school?
Yep, after school, just like any other athletic thing.
3:20 to 6-ish, sometimes later, depending on how close the competition. Saturdays are usually like 10 to 2, 10 to 3. They came in on some Mondays, studying academics. We still kept track of their academics, of course, but most of these guys we didn't really have to worry about, so they spent a lot of time at the school, a lot of time in Mr. Benjamin's shop, working.
We worked on notebook till 11 one night.
Oh yeah, that was entertaining.
Don't remind me.
I was so tired.
I guess the other question would be too, how many adults are working with this team, this whole program?
We have 4 coaches, which would be Mr. Drabinsky, Mr. Glass, who is not here right now because he's having his baby. Or, not having his baby, he's taking care of his baby. And then we have Miss Morton, who's recording over there, and then Miss Butcher, who's right over here. So it's 4 coaches, and they each take about a section.
And also the parents helped a lot, a little bit, like after Wichita, they started to get in more with us, and they helped us a lot through the journey.
Jose's mom basically took over Spirit, which is
Yeah.
overall in the whole company. So she took care of that whole 10% of our point value. So we really thank the parents for doing so much.
There's a lot of other parents that also travel.
Oh,
so.
yes. They traveled 9 hours with the exhibit behind them in a trailer to get us there.
And then did a cookout for us at the
did a
competition in
cookout,
Arkansas, which is just
ran
amazing.
to get us food, to get us Band-Aids, to get us whatever we needed. Whatever. Sorry.
Now I guess you would consider that your booster organization.
Yes. We're very lucky to have our community and parents and coaches behind our back supporting us all the way, because without them we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Well, I just have to say, it's just amazing, not only your report and what you accomplished here in that, but also where you're headed. Your enthusiasm, your excitement, your sense of team, the sense of program is wonderful. I'm just, the high school for supporting this whole thing, thank you very much. I think in the interest of time, we'll want to move along here, but I'd kind of like to have a professional photographer get a picture of them. If the board would indulge me in that. We just want to get a quick.
Can you guys introduce yourself and tell us what grade you're in?
And seniors, please tell them where you've been accepted to and what college you're going to.
Okay. We'll start with you, young lady.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Cox, and I am junior. I'm a junior.
You sure?
My name is Damien, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Bill at work, and I'm a freshman.
My name is Minar Vasquez, and I'm a senior. I got accepted into Wichita State and K-State. I haven't chose what college I want to go to yet, but I prefer K-State, so we'll see.
I'm Jalen Grimm. I'm a freshman. I'm David Lara. I'm a freshman.
I'm Jose Garcia. I'm a senior, and I've been accepted to the JUCO here and Wichita State University.
I'm Grant Loving. I'm a junior.
I'm Mitzi Sanchez. I'm a freshman. Say your name and grade.
I'm Marcus Lopez, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Sean Hall, and I'm in 7th grade.
Awesome. Can we get a quick picture?
Come on out here, guys, out here.
Short people in the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like right here. Thank you. Wow.
All right, ready? Right here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. If you file around here, we want to check your hat.
I'm so sorry.
Where's the girl? I think we
It's for the kids, you know.
What place is this?
Oh, sorry.
I know, I wish I could go over there.
Can I have the marketing?
So one way that we stood out in our marketing presentation was that we mentioned that our school district has 27 different languages in our school. So one way that we thanked them for their time was, thank you for your time.
Gracias por su tiempo. Merci por votre attention.
Dankeschön for deine Zeit.
He said in one of these different languages that is represented at the high school, and that they really like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, we are ready for recognition of Mr. Moose.